Hello everyone, welcome back. This is going to be a super laggy stream and I might be switching in and out of windows here and there. So just thought I'd let you know. I have a lot of stuff to do here. There's probably a lot of people wondering what's going on. I'm still doing work on Snowdin. It's going to take a while. So I'm kind of trying to continue with the first puzzle here. But to do that, I have to make the shader for Papyrus here for when he gets electrocuted. So let's see, chest armor. I made this in a another Blender window here, and I'm just gonna copy it across. I don't know. It's not gonna. Hey Damon, hey Classic, how are you doing? I'm just gonna. Hopefully, can I copy this between Blender versions, or am I literally gonna have to make it all again? I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, okay, so this isn't too bad. I've already made the shader once, but I need to make it again, and we'll try it out. How's everybody doing? I've not been on in a while. I've been incredibly busy. For those who are on the Discord, you'll know that I've been incredibly busy doing DIY work. For those who don't know, DIY is literally just home improvement. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. I'm just gonna go ahead here and do some mix shaders because I need to add them. Mix shader. I'm gonna be recreating this entire shader from scratch and then copying and pasting it to all of Papyrus. So yeah, I've been incredibly busy and then trying to get time to do this and jump on Discord and other things, so it's not. I'm doing alright. Just started to convert my Prowl build to smokescreen. Oh, I saw that. I also wanted to do another stream tonight for the new Sonic 06 project that released. It's come out, the silver one. I need to get on that at some point. Maybe I'll do a little bit later. I don't know. In terms of like me, my arms are a bit of a wreck at the moment. I've been doing a lot of lifting. We figured out we were keeping track of like a lot of trash, or rather we were keeping a lot of trash that we didn't need. So I ended up just throwing it all, and yeah, it was a lot. Plus, I think I've mentioned it previously, the house is a bit of a state from when we got it, because the people who previously owned it didn't really do a good job of it. So, I've been trying to do the DIY and get everything fixed. And, yeah, in the process, like the other day, I had to go out and get myself a mechanical sander. Because, we needed to, do one of the walls, or a couple of the walls, to get them sanded down so I could paint them properly. And I ended up sanding for like 8 hours straight, with no breaks. And then by the end of it, obviously the room that it was in, the kitchen, looked like a bomb site. It was nuts. I describe it to a couple of people as like every other set that you see from like adventure movies, you know, where the sets are normally dressed with like dust or whatever. Imagine that, but it's the inside of your house and it just happens to be your kitchen. And because you didn't really plan for everything and just kind of winged it, everything has microscopic dust particles with paint in them all over the place. So like the kettle, the microwave, everything had dust particles in. So it wasn't a case of just clean things because it's paint dust, not normal dust. So we ended up throwing a lot of stuff that was unsalvageable or wasn't particularly safe, including like food and stuff that we'd accidentally left out. So fun stuff. I did that. Also, I'm allergic to dust, so yeah, that was hilarious because I had a mask on the entire time, the same mask that I use for like gunplay and stuff. But the thing is, like, my skin is just allergic to quite a lot of things, including dust. So I was breaking out in like rashes, and I was just itching like mad the entire time. So it was a very slow process. And I've lost count of the amount of showers I've had the past couple of days from doing this stuff. But yeah, it's nuts. So I've been trying to get this stuff done, as well as the animation, of course, and trying to get some time to myself. So, yeah, it's pretty nuts. I keep saying it's pretty nuts, but it really is. Not nice in the slightest. I need a color ramp and a layer weight here. Okay. Color... Oh. Yeah, it was fun in quotations. Oh, nice to see you guys, though. Nice to see Devasia popping in again. Yeah, it's... Like, the thing is that I've had this little bit of a reputation for not apparently liking dirt or whatever. And I think it's more just my parents making fun of me for it. But, you know, it's like nobody wants to get stuck in and get completely dirty. But it's more the whole thing of I don't mind getting dirty when it requires it. And this was just a case of get stuck in, get the job done, especially because there's not long left now to get stuff actually done. So it's been fun. Right, so let's just move this here because I need a copy of this, and then we'll do. Oh, come on, let me box. It's not letting me box select here. Okay, that's weird. What was even worse was when I went out and got this sander, because I needed an electric sander. When I went out and got it, what ended up happening was at one point I needed a certain angle to sand. So I turned the thing upside down, and the thing has like this trap for catching dust in the back, and I totally forgot about it, and all the dust poured out from the trap out the front exhausts and all over the floor. So that made everything twice as bad. So, yeah, no joke when I say I have spent like the past day and a half or so scrubbing literally every small inch or like every millimeter of the kitchen that I could get my hands on to get dust away from it, because paint dust is obviously not good for your health. It's worse than normal dust. So, yeah, I felt pretty stupid when that happened. It's almost like having a bag of rubbish, and you put everything in the bag of rubbish, and then the bag gets weighed down too much and ends up with everything falling out the bottom of the bag, and you're looking pretty embarrassed when you try to take it out to the trash. It was so stupid. It was like the most annoying thing ever, because I'm like, where's all this dust coming from? And then I realize what's happened, and I'm like, oh no. That moment of horror where I was just like, oh, that's just grand. Well, way to go, Dave. You know. So, fun times. Fun times indeed. I come back to Snowdin where everything's nice and cold, and I'm not getting picked on by my own machines that I'm using. Well, let's try hex edit here. What we're trying to do is, this is going to look crazy for people who don't know, but I'm trying to create the part for those who know the game where Papyrus gets electrocuted. But to do that, I need to make a shader for it, so... You're not the only one who makes incredibly stupid mistakes, this David. Yeah, it's... The worst part was just realizing, like... I was too focused on the angle of it. So, of course, I'm going at it, and I'm thinking, okay, we're good here. And I'm making good progress, you know, everything's going nice and smooth, making all the walls silky smooth, because I've done this with one of the other rooms. It was like, silky smooth, all nice, no problems. Turn it on an angle, next minute it just pours out the exhausts. It's like, oh great, great. Snowdin, well, you're not getting picked on by your parents. Indeed, indeed. No, my parents just tell... You know, like a lot of people, or they used to, where it's like, oh, don't mind him, he doesn't like getting dirty or whatever. So there's been this sort of thing for a while now where everybody's like assuming that I don't like getting dirty, where instead it's like, hell no, you should have seen me the other day. I'm absolutely covered in dust, you know, head to toe. It was nuts. I need the mix to go into the color ramp and then into the standard BSDF there. Okay. So we take this, that goes into there, I think? The emission goes in the bottom. The idea is we're making custom tools here that we can use to tweak things. Oh, I see. The principal BSDF goes into there. Then this goes into here. And what we end up having is control of the beginning of the emissive. My brothers do that to me when I do it back. It's part of the family, says Damon. Yeah, I think it's just people like having jabs, you know, and doing it playfully. I'm hoping here that this actually works. I've been working on this quite a lot recently, so I just need this to work for me. And why is that? Oh, I see. It's because I'm not getting it plugged into the surface. It's stupid. Right, so that should... Ah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Can I just have this now, please? The idea is, at this point, I want this to be as accurate as possible. I got annoyed by this the other day. Ah, there we go. So if I do that... About there. The idea is I'm trying to edge light Papyrus here so it looks like he's getting electrocuted. The other day, I had like an extra $5 left over from when people have donated previously. I put the rest in the savings. But I had like $5 left over, and I was like, I'll buy a lightning effect on, like, I think it was Gumtree or somewhere, because it looked good. And then when I tried getting it to work, it just would not work. So I'm just gonna do like a very basic one, and just work that myself. So that mix needs to go. Okay, so I need 2 mixes, one that plugs into the. Okay. It's funny because I've made all this before, and I need to make it again to get the damn thing to work. So that needs to go into the. And then the other mix shader then plugs in to the black one, I believe. But yeah, I'm glad to hear everybody's doing fine as usual, you know. I go away for like days on end, and everyone's like, dude, where have you been? It's like, well, been kind of busy. Non-stop road trips to the trash tip as well to get rid of some stuff that we don't need. So much stuff, like, the problem is, we were guilty of doing this whole thing. We were like, oh, maybe we'll need that in the future, so we'll just keep hold of it for now. And then we didn't use it for, well, we didn't use stuff for like ages. And then of course I'm just like, I'm sick of this. We're hoarding stuff here, even if we don't mean to. So we're just gonna get rid of everything. Okay, so standard there, and then okay. Absolutely hate hoarding stuff. It's not good. Okay, so that's that there. And this what this controls is the ramp, or rather the color of the shader here. So then we just plug the ramp into the. And what's going to happen is that's then going to control both of these, and then we'll have the control for switching the shader's color here. Honestly, you started a family. Hope people can understand that, says Damon. Yeah, it's that whole thing of just, because I'm getting ready for that, I've got to, like, throw out as much as I can and get everything sorted and the best it can be. Like, the funny part is, this whole sanding thing started when we'd just finished doing the back of the house, because that was a complete mess, and it was basically falling apart. So we got that redone with what money we had. And then I was like, okay, that's done. All we needed to do was, like, basically just clear out a couple of cardboard boxes. And I was like, I'll get some furniture for that, so we got some storage. So I got the furniture, and then I was like, you know what? We could always have more storage, because it's always better having more than less. So I was like, I'll get some more storage. I'll put, like, a bookshelf in the kitchen, and because we've got enough room in that kitchen. So I was just like, I'll put a bookshelf in there. It'd be nice. We can put, like, some doors on it, and then throw some stuff on there, and it'll be nice. It won't get dusty or anything. So I was like, I'll sand the wall down first, so it's ready, and I'll paint just this small section, because it's like a little alcove, and then we can separate the rest of the kitchen from it. And it'll just look nice and have like a little bit of storage in it. I can get like a new table for it, so we can actually have a table there, and it'll be its own little area for sitting down and eating at. And yeah, because I planned this and then committed to it, basically it caused a hell of a lot of mess. You know, it's nuts. All I wanted was just extra storage, and instead I ended up causing such a mess. Okay, so here we go. I need this here. This is going to go into here. It's going to go here, and then if I plug this copy of the Principal VSDF in here, sure, it's going to be a more complicated shader, but what's going to end up happening is we're going to have slide controls for everything. So now, I have slide controls for the shader, and I have slide controls for the colors of it. So I should be able to, whenever I want. There we go. There we go. I should be able to tweak it when it's on and off, and also tweak the value for its color. Classic says, it's always time when the scripts AI connects codes do fun animations, but family first. You're doing awesome animations as always, it's Classic. Thank you very much, Classic. You should see this this scene that I've got set up. I'll end up probably putting up a preview of Snowdin at some point, you know, like when I do the behind the scenes for it. But I have yet to do the particles for this scene, because I'm going to be doing the scenes individually because of how intensive they are. Like, I don't know whether you can see right there, but it's lagging like mad because of how big Snowdin is. Despite what you might think, I'm actually rendering the entire town plus physics and everything in the background, even though I don't technically need to, just in case you see past the fog. You can just about see like small lights in the background that keep popping up there from the actual town. The idea is that if by any chance, like for instance over there, you can see the forest, if it's noticeable, then it should be rendered. You know, so to give the impression that you're in a much larger area. And that's the problem with Snowdin, the way that it's built, at least, the way that I've done it. It's accurate to the game's top-down map, but there's no, like, difference in verticality too much. So it's all kind of this icy plateau that's more or less got a load of, like, different things that fall away from it. I'll show you properly in a moment. It's a pretty cool area, and I do like it, but the way that I've modeled it accurately to the source material is just nuts. Let's see here. So that changes that. I'm going to change the value of this to 50 or 100 and see whether that makes any sort of difference. It's interconnected. Yeah, it's all interconnected on the same height. Like, I know some people that actually do it at, like, different heights, and it's really nice to see. But the whole thing is, it's like, that requires a lot more work. Oh my god. I changed the shader there, and it's lagging out like mad. Not as laggy as some of my recent renders, says Devasia. Oof. Devasia, do you use Eevee or Cycles for rendering? Because that's one thing I've wondered about. Because I'm using Eevee at the moment because it's supposed to be quicker. Cycles is supposed to take forever, but even with some like little hacks that I've got going on to make Eevee render faster, it's still nuts. At least it wasn't as bad as when I first tried doing Snowdin, where I ended up trying to render 70,000 particles at once. It's like, it's okay, it's fine. It's not bad, it's only like a kind of old machine, and then next moment it's like, it can't handle this. Okay, so this is... I need to name this. You're using Eevee as well. Oh, nice. Emission visibility for this one. I'm making this all look incredibly professional right now. Emission visibility. That way I know what I'm tweaking here. And then this one is emission color. There we go. So let's just double check what I've got that down on. Yeah, it is. It's actually down as color on the other one. And then I've just boxed them all together neatly. So I guess I'll do that and then close that. My man out here trying to render a whole snowstorm at once is apocalyptic. I am actually. That's the funny thing. How you doing, Apocalyptic? Anyway, I saw you comment about maths before. The render times for cycles scares me, says Devasia. Yeah, there's been some like crazy stuff where I've looked at when it comes to cycles where the render times are just stupidly big. Let's try doing this all pro-like. So we got a copy of base BSDF shader. This is what I'd normally do if I was coding, you know, like when I get back to my my actual video game project after this that I've mentioned a couple of times on stream in the past and that I've actually done videos of. When I get back to that, this is the stuff that I normally do to keep code in check, so I know exactly what I've been doing. So it's actually kind of neat that you can do that in Blender. Output shader output controls. But by putting them in like small little blocks here, we can then keep track of everything. For me, it's not worth it for stills that are going to get cropped. The thing with Eevee is I just went with it because I thought it was easy to use. But I also didn't want the thing is, you get noise with cycles, and I know it's that whole thing of you can use stuff to get rid of the noise, but it's just having to do that just seems a little bit more work than just having it done by default in Eevee. You know, so it's weird. Base BSDF shader. I don't really need to type all of that in, but I might as well do it just for the sake of it. That's color ramp gradient controls. Color. Oh no, let's do ramp / gradient controls. There we go. Oh no, wait. Oh, that didn't do it. That did something else then. That named that. God damn it. Base BSDF shader. That moment where you can hear me typing away on my K70 that needs dust. Like, no joke, this is the crazy thing when I was on about DIY before. When we were doing stuff, I thought, I'll at least try and keep stuff out of the living room, so I'll put, like, some stuff around the door to avoid the dust coming into the living room. Yeah, that didn't work. I ended up with dust going everywhere in the bottom of the house. So I've been huffing or breathing, as it were. Huffing is another way of saying, you know, like deep breathing, almost as if, you know, like when you hear about people doing drugs, they do like paint cans or whatever. Normally the expression over here is, oh, somebody was huffing paint or whatever. And it's like, I've been huffing paint dust for like the past 2 to 3 days, and it's not good every time I sit at my desk. So if you hear me sneezing or coughing, you know why. You know, ramp / gradient controls. Classic says, it's always many platform physics and larger sizes of models or objects that loves to cause lag sometimes. I think it depends, really. Sometimes it's the polygon count, sometimes it's the complexity of the shaders. You know. Devasia says, also, I was in a hurry to get it done, as the series I was doing was so short. Oh, that's fair enough. Let's see. Let's put all these together in a new frame, and then we'll rename that frame. Rename edge lighting controls. Now I just need to take this and copy this to like a bunch of other different things on Papyrus's model at the moment. So what I'm going to try doing here is I'm going to try and just box this in a little bit so it looks at least a little bit neat. Because like with code and everything, you don't want the boxes to look terrible. I say that and everything's lagging like mad. Please don't do this, Blender. Please don't do this. There we go. So that's my setup for my shader at the moment, so I'll just save that. Love the way we've even, I added it in the background the other day, because I'll show you guys around now. What was it? Before we go any further. So we got Snowdin here. I even added for the moment, depressed Nice Cream guy, but I've got to actually do that facial expression on him at the moment. He looks happy, but his body expression is for when he's depressed. I had to change the cart because the cart was too big. But yeah, in terms of the plateau and everything that I was on about, we got this whole thing with Snowdin where it's on this massive plateau. Even though it's underground, I imagine it's one of those whole things of waters come through here and carved away most of the rock surface and everything. So whatever's left is the stuff that managed to stand the weathering. Then we've got the river that goes down here and goes alongside. Although you can't really see that from up above where we are. We've got all these trees. This is going back down to where the beginning of the level is. We got the waterfall, which actually does work. I got that offline as well. Somebody made the nice sort of waterfall shader, so I managed to tweak that, so that's cool. They live in the Hollow Earth like Godzilla. Here's round about where the lesser doggo fight is that I replaced the standard doggo fight with because I don't have the model for that. I was half tempted to go into Discord before and post up a actual bounty on one model that I really want for later on. I don't know whether I'll still do that or not, but if I do, you might see like $30 going up and being like $30 to anyone that can actually find this model that's now apparently lost to time. That's wrong here because I did have one version of this that actually had a joke from Papyrus on it, but I'm assuming that the textured version that I did is not being used there at the moment because that had a sign on from Papyrus saying "Who built this, you wonder?" and it had like a picture of Papyrus's face under smirking. And we've got all the lights here. I need to actually add more edge lighting into this scene because at the moment it's a pretty dimly lit scene. Not too much, but it gives it a little bit of mood lighting. What I normally do is I add fake lighting to the characters and stuff later on to make it look brighter than it actually is. So I'm gonna be adding like ambient lighting to all of these, including the Nice Cream guy in the background. Then over here we got all these other little lights that kind of remind me of Narnia a little bit. All the little street lights. Should try and find a way of getting like a Narnia reference in here. It's looking like Silent Hill at the moment. Well, the idea was I didn't want everything to be visible, otherwise it'd be a way more detail on screen. And because it's snowing as well, I wanted it to kind of be like a semi-strong snowstorm until you get into town. So the idea is it's just so heavy, it's kind of like blizzard-style weather. And you eventually work your way into town and it gets a little bit brighter. So, not too heavy, but just light enough that it kind of has a little bit of light fog on it and kind of heavy snow coming in, a bit like you'd expect normally when snow's coming down, but it's been a bit awkward trying to get it to look just right. Then we've got the pasta bit here. For anyone who doesn't know Undertale, you'll look at this and be like, why is the pasta just in the middle of nowhere? But it's explained. Trust me, it's explained. Then we got another puzzle bit. The thing is, with Snowdin at the moment, what's taking the most time to animate isn't the actual level itself or progression through it. It's more the characters and flushing out the individuality, you know, because, like, for instance, Papyrus is by far the most, I would say, difficult character to animate because you have to animate every frame of him like he's exaggerated to like the nth degree, as if he's an overdone Looney Tunes character because of how he emotes. So yeah, that's pretty nuts. We got all the puzzles over here, which I need to eventually do one by one. All these assets that look like, if I remember rightly, they're from Legend of Zelda, but when you put them together like this, they don't look too bad. Then we've got the puzzle machine, though, which looks familiar for anyone that's actually played Undertale. Again, because of the way that this is rendered, though, when we look at that, you're going to be seeing the trees in the background and all the ice and everything, so it's going to look like the area is a lot bigger than it actually is. Let's see. Classic says, I'm thinking of going ZipRecruiter to see if I can get a team and some voice actors for my anime projects. I just hope I can figure it out. I still need voice actors to do this, and I've not done my lines yet for obvious reasons of being so busy. And I want to do all my lines in one go so they all sound consistent as well. So that's going to be interesting when I finally get around to doing that. But yeah, I need to contact the people that actually have done Undertale stuff so far, because I really want to show them all of this stuff and be like, look, do you want in on this? I've got a little bit of money to one side and try and be doing little side jobs in the time being to pay them. That's what I'm kind of after at the moment, because I really want this to be as good as it can be. But I think to get that extra help, I need to make this look the best it can. We've got all kinds of little funny things here, like we've got the snow slide bit, or the ice slide bit, which even has snow papyrus and sands over here. At least you aren't using caustics on top of fog effect. Oh god, yeah. I was planning originally on trying to have the snow so it was kind of like Dead or Alive. So like Dead or Alive 1 had it, where when a character would tread, they would leave their actual imprint. But that would have been way too much. Even the ice is a bit too much here, so as you can see, I've kind of come up with my own little way of keeping faithful to the game's sprites while also kind of making it look like it blends in, so it's not too bad. Luckily, the fog and the lighting that I've done actually helps with everything blending. Here's where we're going to have the greater doggo fight, so we're going to have the big dog fight here. I'm just not putting him in yet. Then we've got Papyrus's Bridge, which then goes to the rest of Snowdin, which for some strange reason has no floor. I'm going to have to figure this out because I did have a floor here at some point. Is that... Where'd it go? Is that because I didn't put Proto Snowdin? Ah, there we go. So part of this is making sure I have the Proto Snowdin file set up for rendering. We've even got physics on the sign here. Could hide Mario 64's penguin feet in the background. Like it's buried. Potentially. One thing that I was talking about with Undertale fans was how to do the river behind Snowdin a while back, because a lot of this comes down to me overthinking environments as well. Just because of how my brain is wired, everything has to have some sort of logical connection for how it works, because then for some strange reason, just all of a sudden my brain's like, oh yeah, that's cool, that works like that, that's fine, it makes sense, and then I can just get on with work. But if I don't have that sort of thing, it tends to slow me down quite a lot. So it was a case of how do we do the river behind waterfall, and it just ended up being a case of, okay, just have, not waterfall, Snowdin that goes to waterfall. And it's like, just have the river be a plunge pool at the bottom here from a waterfall that comes down from the ceiling and then ends up here and then goes behind the town. So yeah, it's all logical. It doesn't need to be because it's just a cartoony environment, but it's all logical. Then we got the ice cave over here, which is pretty sweet. We got Sounds and Papyrus's house. This is the only other thing in this level that has physics. It's a pirate flag. And then there's the shed. This is so nicely thought out. I try and get it looking as good as I can. I don't know what it is with my brain, but like I was saying, I need it to make logical sense. I don't know what it is about my mind that does that, whether it's just me being OCD or what. And I know I've got gems that actually fill up in here, but for some strange reason they are not being rendered right now because I filled up the roof with them. Come on, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Unless you're not in here right now and it's in a different version that I don't know of, or maybe I just didn't save it in this version. It's gotta be somewhere. Mario Ice Blocks. I keep naming all these things different ways. You'd think it'd be under Ice Cave, but let's try Cave. Cave floor, Snow Cave, Ice Cave. There we go. So if I go to Ice Cave here and then just... Oh, where are we at? Trying to find everything in here is an absolute nightmare when the level is so freaking huge. The amount of things that I've added into here is nuts. And it's lagging again. Where are we at? Where are we at? Ice Cave! There we go. Ice Structures. No joke, I had like purple crystals hanging from the roof, and I'm kind of annoyed that I can't see them in here, because this goes into waterfall. I'm on GBO2 again. I feel you how the game is, but it's just the Alex gun. Oh yeah, the Alex came out with the Chobam armor, didn't it? I saw that on the Discord. It looks interesting. It's a raid, but it's got a weird thing going on with it. I may end up having to actually add these crystals back in again, because I've even got a render of them in. That's the weird thing, because Waterfall's known for having crystals on the walls and ceiling especially. So the idea was I put a load of them in here, but seemingly they have vanished. This is the cool effect though that I like from the glow on the houses. It makes it look like Christmas time. You know, like in certain films or whatever, you'll see that kind of like slightly soft glow from lights outside. I think one of them that I could use as an example might be like Muppets Christmas Carol, where it has like soft glow on the outside of windows and stuff. It looks so nice. I was like, I need that. So I got that. I might even have to fake some of the lighting on the floor and stuff if I haven't already. Let's just check this out. I think I might have the... No, I haven't. Okay, so that's not too bad. And then we got Sans and Papyrus's letterboxes, of which I just had to stash a load of letters in there. That one's Sans' one? Yeah, it is. So I just stashed a load in there and just went, there we go. We're good. So yeah, that's all of Snowdin Town when we actually get to it. And then I've got to add all the characters in and then animate all of said characters, because Town's going to have at least... Let's think. Sans and Papyrus are going to be there. Then I've got to have 2 other characters for general speak. Monster Kid. I can probably have the Slime family. That's another 3 characters. Trying to think of who else. I can have Lesser Doggo there, because it makes sense that he makes his way towards town. Maybe Greater Doggo as well, so because they're going to be in the bar anyway, so that's almost 10 characters there. Trying to think of who else. Because there are a lot of characters that I want walking around in town. I might even throw in some background ones, because there are other different monsters just around. Not spiders. Can't have spiders, so maybe I can just throw like Frogget in or whatever. But yeah, I got to make town look populated for the lack of characters that I have, because some characters just don't show up. Mainly due to me not having the 3D files for them. So let's get Papyrus here. Oh, where is he? There he is. I need to make sure I have all of Papyrus's shaders done before I log off in the next 10 minutes or so, because I'm going on with people on video games. Oh, I'm actually enjoying myself and coming away from the DIY for a little bit, so I can do that. Oh crap! Okay, so it posts into the same, or it pastes into the same position each time on. Okay, so that's gonna be awkward. So I need that. All we do is we're gonna plug this into the previous place. Excuse me. Excuse me. Stop lagging. Excuse me. Stop lagging. Stop. Dude, this is the problem when you try and do everything in Blender and the computer's lagging like mad. All I'm trying to do is drag that over here, and it's just like, no, I'm not gonna do that for you. Thank you very much. It's just like, dude, seriously. I'm just trying to get something done here. Just give me a break. Just give me a break. That moment where I connect part of a shader and it decides to lag anyway. Totally fine. No big deal. We can do this. And then we got that one. No worries. It's okay. It's all fine. No big deal. You didn't see that, right? You didn't see that, right? It wasn't lagging at all. It's all good. If you didn't see it on stream, I didn't see it here. It's fine. It's not as if it feels like I'm literally working at like 2 frames per second or anything. It's all good. It's totally not painful and makes me feel like I'm going to die inside every time I see this. Oh. If only I could work at like 60 FPS all the time. I'd be so happy. Base shader. Copy of BSDF shader. The disadvantage of working at this frame rate. Right, okay, so now we should be able to check Papyrus' shader there if I... This is going to look terrifying because of his face. Oh, and I just realized this is going to look wrong. It's because... Right, I'm going to preface this before I do this on stream because it's going to look bad for different reasons. Hi, Crimson! I'm only streaming for like another 8 minutes, but hello, nice to see you. So this is going to look bad, and I'll preface this by saying that if you go and look at the footage and the GIFs of Papyrus being electrocuted, he changes colours for his entire model for a moment, and the rim of his effect changes so that he looks like he's being lit up by lightning all the time. That's what I'm going for here. So I'm just testing the shader right now. Okay, there we go. That's not bad. Honestly, I can see somebody calling me out for that, but... have you ever had instant buyer's regret from something you wanted to get? Yeah, like, this... At the moment, because of me trying to do everything to the house, like, the 60-odd gunpla kits that I got... No. Because technically, I've got more stuff to worry about than getting gunpla. Yeah, that's what I was worried about, Damon. That's why I mentioned it. I was like, this is totally not what it's going to be called out for. Oh my god, I hit Control and Z and then it lags for 5 minutes. But yeah, no, I've had regret. Like, I got a PS2 just for Armored Core 2, I believe it was, when I couldn't play it myself. I bought an entire PS2 Slim for, like, when it was brand new, and then I played Armored Core 2 for a little bit and was like, it's fine, and then regretted it, and then just gave the PS2 to Jen. Cancel Dave for that 0.5 second screen grab, says David. No! No! Can't do that to me. I even prefaced it and explained it. It's literally accurate to the freaking animation. I'm messing, by the way. Oh. I've got to do this to absolutely every part of his shaders. That's the only problem. And I'm literally working at, like, stop motion animation levels here right now. Where it's like, pause. Pause again. Pause again. That's me for case fans right now. $30 fans I just ordered, says Crimson. Are they really that bad or what? Let's just copy this. Wait half an hour for the copy to work. And then drag and realize that it's not copied, so we hit duplicate and it does it in 2 seconds, and then you start feeling annoyed because it's not doing everything in like 2 seconds. There we go, let's see if that works. Wait a minute, why are his... Wait, what? Why are his teeth not going black there? Oh, that's why. So I do that and then... Wait, what? That should be... What? No, no. Okay, that's controlling that. So that should be... Oh, shoot. Is that... Right, so that control... What? No, that's the wrong controls. I even tested this before. That's not right, because... There's the mix for that. That should control... that. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's right. That's right. I'm scaring myself here. Which means that that's right if I do that. Because I'm working at like 2 frames per second now, it's literally scaring me because I'm thinking to myself, if I just used like the hour and made mistakes now, what it is they go like that when he's being electrocuted and it changes, and then it goes like that when he's not. Oh my god, that literally scared the living daylights out of me. That moment where it's like, will this work? Yes or no? Answers on a postcard. Jesus Christ, I thought I'd just wasted like an hour of my time like coding the shader wrong. Damon says, I forgot about the 4 God Novas at HLJ that I ordered arrived today. So now I have 4 of the same kit. Damon, Jesus Christ. I kind of feel you on the model kits. Just got my G3 2.0 as well as a ground gun and master grade. The thing is, like, most of my kits I'm not going to be able to make for ages, but I was saying to Jen, the one that I'm happy about the most coming, apart from my master grade SD Freedom coming, which is going to be real nice. The one that I'm really looking forward to now is the Modoroid Big O. I'm kind of freaked out on Modoroid because, like, I watched a review from Kakarot197, like, a year ago, I think it was, on the Escaflowne one that they did a while back. And I was like, oh hell, because when they announced that they were doing a load of mecha this year, I was like, oh, I want to get Big O, because like the Soul of Chogokin one was like ridiculously overpriced. Although, so it's just Soul of Chogokin in general. But I was like, I want representation for Big O. And Escaflowne apparently was one of the worst ones because it wasn't done well. And I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at the Modoroid one and I'm like having a heart attack because I don't know why they've just all of a sudden decided to do every single mecha under the sun like this year. And I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be cool if it's done well. I hope it is. I'm absolutely butchering the story at the moment, but because I'm trying to ad-lib at the same time as doing the shader. But basically, I was just worried. Really worried that it would get screwed up and that it would be as bad as the Escaflowne one if you've seen the reviews for that. And sure enough, I'm looking today because it says, like, look, it's come in on your HLJ account. Just, we've paid for it, so enjoy your purchase. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Blind purchase on my first Modoroid kit. Let's see what's happening. So I go look at reviews online, and the reviews are all great. Like if you look in model, I think it's build. It's either model and fig or model and build in Discord at the moment. I've posted up a video of it before, basically going, yeah boys, because somebody put up a review of it, and it's like color separation's great, gating's not too bad, but the way that it's separated, the articulation and all the accessories and stuff, it's like, couldn't have asked for more for the price point. You know, it's so much better than that initial sort of impression that everybody got from Escaflowne. And I'm like, if that's what they're going for with the whole line of suits or mechs, you know, that they're bringing out, it's like, hell yeah, I got to do a video for that in future at some point, you know, because I feel like it's a case of if you're a mech fan, then this year is an absolute nightmare, but it's also awesome because basically you've got like a ton of kits that are really good or look really good that are coming out this year that are representing a wide variety of mechs from like different eras, you know, or different times. But it's a lot of like very popular ones that turn up in say like Super Robot Wars or something. I'm like, if you're a mech fan, this is the time that you should be buying kits for individual series like this, you know. And then I'm looking at how much it's going to cost if you go all in on every single one of them, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you literally would have to win like the lottery or be stacked to the roof with paper to afford all this stuff. Because it's nuts. You know. Devasia says, I'm afraid I'll have to pay double for shipping because I ordered from Big Bad Toy Store and I ordered the Easy 8. Ooh. Ooh, not good. The funny thing is, the Big O that I got, it's literally the same size, if not taller, than a Master Grade. So, yeah. It's nuts. But yeah, this year is the year that, you know, if you're a Meg fan, then you should be diving into this kind of stuff and being like, yeah, this is going to be sweet. But at the same time, it's also the worst possible thing, because it's like, oh, well, I'm out of money. You know, it's pretty nuts. I'm trying to figure out how to... Papyrus, why is that like... Oh, wait a minute, it's because of your... It's because of your... It's because of his spine there. I'm going to have to check that. He's got see-through pants there. Which sounds totally weird, and if Ember came into the stream now, she'd totally be having a good time with that, but Papyrus with see-through pants is not something I want to see. That sounds like something out of Lust Tale or something. The freaking cost of the SRX is insane. Bum man be missing his bone. No, I just don't want him to have see-through pants for obvious reasons. I need him to actually... Oh no. Oh no. That's not the right... No, wait, that is right. So why is he... Oh, it's because of that one. Stupid me. Or rather, not stupid me, just a mistake. Hopefully this will work, and then I have to get going, because I promised I'd be online at 9. Hey, there we go. So far I've done a little bit of the shaders. It's not been too interesting for you guys today. What I'll do is, I'll do this stuff. I'll play online for a little bit, and then I figure I might get online with you guys later on to chat. Maybe about 11 or so, depends, and get some more stuff done, because I do like hanging around with you guys. So I'll try and get some more stuff done then, and see what happens, and obviously talk to you guys more about this, the drop of stuff that's come out recently, because it's absolute nuts. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed, and thank you very much again, as usual, for stopping by. I appreciate the company, and I love talking to you all, so it's been fun, and I shall see you later on. So until then, bye!